Macro Eagle, a channel that focuses on macroeconomics and current trends. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Well, true to his word, Donald Trump has signed off on a Saturday on a 25% tax from all imported goods from Mexico and most goods from Canada, and a 10% tax on Chinese goods flowing into the United States, stating the three main reasons for these moves are to protect the US border, stop the flow of illegal immigration, and reduce the avalanche of fentanyl flowing into the United States that has created a social disaster to the poor souls who become addicted. Already Canada has retaliated almost immediately by placing a 25% tariff on imported goods worth more than $155 billion Canadian a year from the US. Alcoholic beverages alone are a $30 billion a year trade. China has remained quite conservative on the trade front and announced it would be taking up the concern at the World Trade Organization and is willing to negotiate a deal. China is a global exporter that produces trade surpluses with most of the world, except a few countries like Australia, Taiwan, and Brazil, so is inherently more resilient to sanctions. From the initial observation, Mexico is more of a regional North American exporter and relies heavily on the United States with a $322 billion a year export value. So by this nature and the fact that China uses Mexico as a backdoor into the US may complicate trade relations. For example, popular retailers like Shein and Temu have distribution centers in Mexico to bypass certain trade law. But President Claudia Sheinbaum has notified Mexico's Trade Commission to activate the so-called Plan B, which include non-tariff and tariff measures ranging between 5 to 20%. The actual sectors being affected remains to be seen. Another trade bloc is the European Union, where Trump has already mentioned that he will do some impositions there, and it is very likely that Germany will be the key target, particularly its engineering/auto sector, to be more specific, which generates a $67 billion a year trade with the United States. JP Morgan, one of the biggest banks in the world, and the principal gold bullion bank have announced it will deliver estimated $4 billion of physical metal when derivative contracts, mainly futures, expire by end of February. Gold in general has been trading at near all-time highs, currently at $2,797 an ounce. The biggest buyers behind this trend are central banks of countries outside of the Western world, predominantly such as Uzbekistan, China, Poland, India, and many BRICS plus countries. There are many reasons why investors purchase gold bullion. They range from hedging to diversification, while some see it as a safe haven asset with low volatility. Some of the key catalysts that affect the price of gold include real interest rates adjusted for inflation, geopolitical risk including wars, tariffs, etc. The current international climate presents well for the yellow metal, as the geopolitical risks are high and various central bankers' abilities to reduce inflation rates, which are pointing lower in the Western world, are being met by untrustworthiness of the economic leaders. The Panama Canal is one of the most important lock systems that connects and allows passage of merchant ships from the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean and vice versa. It was originally built and completed in 1914 by US Philadelphia-based engineering firms, and around 38,000 people lost their lives in the construction of this grand engineering marvel that spans 78 kilometers. Currently maintained and transferred to Panama on December 31, 1999, it has been quietly operating like clockwork for the last 25 years, up until the most recent period, where the new US president has made explicit claims to take the canal back. Quite aggressive language like this has sent shockwaves throughout Latin America, which the president of Panama, Jose Raul Molino, has already declared that taking back this canal is impossible. As Panama is not a direct threat to the United States' economic prosperity, it appears that this Central American country is being used as a pawn in the global titans, and this could be a power play from the United States to further protect and control both North and South American trade in Trump's overall plan to restructure the world order and weaken China in this region. After the 2nd of February impact of tariff announcements, the global stock markets have had negative effects almost immediately. The following chart shows most of the G30 stock markets in the world are in the red after the tariff announcements, sparking fears in global economy of the fallout. In contrast, the natural gas and oil futures are pointing higher gains. This could be factoring in higher inflation and the future due to these tariff provisions. Well, that's it, all people, for this episode. Many thanks for watching. If you enjoy the content and like my work, could you please like and subscribe? It helps the YouTube algo to better tailor my content to all viewers. Also, if you want to check out my ebook on Amazon, links are provided below. Once again, thanks, and Eagle out.